everybody, and welcome to another edition of Poland Daily Travel. I'm with Stan Remaszewski, and we are in beautiful downtown Ciechanowiec, not far from Bialystok, on the border of Mazowieckie and Podlasie, right?
Podlasie. It's Podlasie province,
Long
precisely.
Introduction. Right. So this is beautifully constructed. It reminds me of something like Williamsburg in Virginia, you know, where you've recreated the life of in this case, of the 18th, 19th century, right?
Right. The whole architecture has been relocated from this vicinity and equipped in terms in just in original way, I would say, without any just fakes, you know. We can see
These
how
are real buildings.
real buildings, and also in term design, also, you know, says about the period of 19th century and 20th century. And inside we can see the utensils of peasants, nobles, minor gentry, and not only just about the ordinary people.
Yeah.
The history of ordinary people.
So it's not just the outside, everything on the inside, again, like the house we've been looking at, is recreated with a lot of love and care.
Yeah, exactly.
To put us back in those times when we come here.
And log construction with thatched roofs, quite, you know, fascinating.
Yeah, this
place.
is beautiful too, isn't it?
The church.
That's the church. And
Okay.
was this moved here from somewhere
Yeah,
else?
yeah.
Where
yeah.
was it? Do you know?
Just in 2010, from this surroundings from the village called Boguty Pianki.
Mm-hmm. So not how far away from here?
Yeah, quite
Boguty
close.
Pianki.
Quite close.
Just nearby.
Yeah, nearby.
You just took this church and put it here because the wooden churches are very popular in Poland as a whole. What is behind the tradition of the wooden church instead of the stone church? Why are they made of wood?
So, because it was the predominant raw material, you know, pine tree and sometimes, you know, birch.
Sure. Birches are everywhere.
Yeah, and it was easy to erect wooden just construction instead of stone and brick, you know, because
like the Old West.
Exactly, and it was cheaper.
It was cheaper, and you could cut a few trees down and get that church put up, because that was the important thing.
Yeah.
That you had a church.
Exactly.
Because you had to go somewhere to talk to God, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And over here, we've got some just village buildings, right?
Yeah, sure.
This is a well here, right?
It's a well. We call this a crane. Crane.
Yeah, a crane.
Crane, exactly.
Because it looks like the bird, right?
Yeah. And lots of water inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
what kind of house is this? What is this over here?
So this is a cottage.
Just a cottage for a laborer or a small farmer?
No, it's a minor. The family just of the minor gentry.
This is minor gentry.
Family, yeah. Used to live here.
What designates minor gentry that could live in this?
So
living in a bigger house, or maybe a stone house.
Yeah. In terms of social group, yeah. In terms of social group, they were richer than peasants. They owned their own land. They owned a crest, and they could hire even workers, a dozen of workers from this area, and they sustained themselves just, you know, by you know, cultivating fields and breeding animals and so on. They were quite rich, and you know.
Well, they get to live close to the church, so they're important, right?
Yeah, so we can say, and it was the predominant social group here in the Podlasie province.
So, from outside to the inside of another museum, but this is a very different one. This is the Easter Egg Museum?
Easter Egg Museum, Painted Eggs Museum.
Painted Eggs Museum.
Yeah.
What is with the painted eggs? Because this is something very that Poles are really in love with, this the egg painting. They do it at Easter. The children love to do it. But this is a special collection. What's the fascination?
So the fascination not only in terms of this, you know, colors, you know, but also in terms of its spirit, you know, of its just roots, of the
What are
the Christianity.
Okay. Oh, it's a Christian roots,
Yeah, Christian roots. Yeah. It's a means of it means the birth of the earth, of the life again, and
Easter comes in the spring.
Exactly.
But so does May Day, which is pagan.
You
sure they're not pagan roots?
Yeah, we just
and we inherited that.
Inherited,
as Christians. That's right.
Christian.
Yeah. So it's also a way of, in the old days, it's a way of making life more colorful, isn't it?
Exactly.
And participating in an artistic activity. If you haven't got television, then and movies and things like that, then you have plenty of time to concentrate on painting a nice egg, don't you?
Yeah.
And then showing them, competing with other people, and showing them off to each other, and also the significance. Right,
and moreover, the handicraft tradition is still alive here and exists here, and so our local makers just.
You've got local makers doing this still
all the time. They're doing all this all the time, and not only during the Easter period.
Yeah, can you come here and buy it? Is there a place where you can go and buy them?
Yeah, from time to time, but predominantly just in the first half of April, And so, it's open, and we can buy. You can choose from just various patterns and colors and shells and sizes, even.
Fantastic. What is the most? How many eggs do you have here for a start? How many exist?
So the collection consists of over 2,500 items.
Did you collect these? Who collected these?
Yeah. So
did you do it all yourself?
No, so I just I would say of course not, but visitors, tourists, they bring sometimes their own eggs, examples,
and you keep those?
The piece of art. So they we keep and we collect. We extend the collection all the time.
Okay, so here we have different areas, right? For example, this is Nad Biebrzę. This is on the Biebrzę River, right?
On the Biebrzę River, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the forest and the river, which is north of us, and to the east a bit, and on the way to Augustów and Suwałki, which we were talking about off camera.
Yeah.
And and then Opolczyńskie, where's that?
So Ziemie Opolczyńskie. Also, it's a wax method. We can see, the tradition of paintex has survived in this region, and so we have.
Where is Opolczyńskie?
It's down there. It's the southern part of.
Southern part of Poland.
Yeah, Poland, and you can see.
It sounds familiar, but I can't remember where it is.
Yeah, it's quite also fascinating patterns.
Here's from Warsaw. Right.
And Opole.
Łowicki.
And
Opola.
Carved elements. Time-consuming process.
Tatra. So you can find all the different regions here as well.
Here,
right?
in different regions, but also we have from around the world examples. Worldwide collection is set from the site.
In the other room.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go in there. Yeah. All right. So here we have. This is z całego świata. So this is from eggs from all over the world, right?
Sure.
And we have, here's Ukraine.
Ukraine's.
Yeah. And we have Brazil, the
Bali.
Antipodes.
Antipodes,
so it's everywhere down the...
And Australia also in the corner.
Yeah. This is Pakistan here. And
from India also, 2 owls.
Yeah.
And
India,
yeah, and from Canada also, this red one, and from Israel in the basket.
So who was it who came up with this idea? You were telling me about, it was a lady from Warsaw, right?
Yeah, she was a professor in the University of Warsaw, and she just had been collecting for many years until she died, her collection. And in 2004, she just decided to donate the whole collection to the museum.
Why did you pick here? Did she know somebody here?
Yeah, she was a close friend of the director, you know.
And what kind of professor was she?
She was a professor of art.
Of art. Okay.
Art.
Makes sense,
So,
doesn't it? Yeah. Okay.
and also she was a member of this of the society, and she just enjoyed this place, and she was coming all the time.
What was her name?
So Professor Irena Stasiewicz-Jasiukowa.
Okay, Stasiewicz?
Jasiukowa. Yeah, exactly.
Now I had trouble saying your name, but I said that okay. I don't know.
She was a member of the council.
Think about it.
Yeah, she was a member of the council of the museum, of the museum's council. Yeah.
This museum?
Yeah, this museum.
Okay. Was she giving some advice on what it should look like and things like that? Okay.
As a professional. Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, it's beautiful stuff, and thanks to Pani Irena. Okay, thanks for watching Poland Daily Travel. We'll be back with more from this museum tomorrow night, and more with Stan, who's been showing us around. He's a guide here, so he's seen it all. Okay.